Now, we have a special prop here in the studio with us this morning. You'll see it any minute now. With its trademark handlebars, recognise them, and iconic seat, of course, we are talking about the Rally Chopper.
It was the bike that children dreamt of having in the 1970s. We didn't have one, did we?
No, neither of us had one.
Both of us wanted one. But what its trademark handlebars, that seat, the gears, wasn't it? It was the famous gears that you fiddled with. That was always the thing that seemed very cool back then.
Well, now it's being relaunched for a new generation of fans, and Jane McCubbin has been taking a pedal down memory lane.
Behold, a bike born in Nottingham in 1967. By the 70s, a style icon for little kids. By the 2020s, a cult classic for big kids. Today, being relaunched for a new generation. So join us as we deep dive into the crazy cultural impact of the chopper. And who knew it played such a big part in the life of Harry Potter?
My name's Harry Potter. This is a small part of my Rally Chopper collection.
How big is the collection?
I have 60 to 70. I've had hundreds.
This Harry Potter lives in Barmouth, North Wales, with a bike that has been turning heads for almost 50 years.
This is where the obsession started. This is my dad and his mates and his bike. This was in 1971, the summer. He had one of the first orange ones. That's where it's all started, and I began from there.
How much time do you spend on this?
I get up at 5 in the morning, some mornings, cleaning them, doing other stuff with them. So yeah, it's a big part of my life, and I do love it.
Have you got a partner?
Yeah.
And how do they feel about this?
She loves it, yeah. She's all right. She's happy me do my thing. She gets to do her thing, and then we get our time together.
What's the charm? What is the charm?
I just enjoy them. They're different, they're unique. It's a talking point. Everybody's fascinated by them, all ages. Everyone appreciates what they are. And yeah, they look pretty cool. I stack them all nicely. They all have to be in line. I count up the same colour next to each other because that gives me a little bit of an ick. And obviously the Y seats have to go together. Yeah.
Let's be clear. This is just so that you can come into this room and look at them.
Yeah, not many people come in. Yeah, that's just my benefit. Yeah.
Boys and toys.
Yeah. Pop a little man cave.
The chopper was designed by Tom Carron. He's the man who designed this, the Popemobile, and this, the Marble Run. But this was bought by 1.5 million people before production ended in the 1980s, and what made it so special was this. Supergrass helped to cruise the chopper back into pop culture in the 1990s, and since then its fan base has kept on growing. So meet Michael O'Reilly, who throws a big party for around 300 chopper enthusiasts every single year.
My wife jokes it's like a load of weirdos in a field talk about kids' bikes, and she means that in the nicest possible way, because they are kids' bikes, yet the majority were ridden by 15-stone adults. You know, they were never designed to be ridden like that, and they are.
Buddies Hugh, Chris and Gary are spreading their chopper love all over Bournemouth.
It's just a really nice way to have a chat with random people.
If you drive past someone, they'll just shout out, "Chopper!" And they'll just say things and like, "Yeah, wicked." And
in fact, Hugh and Chris got engaged on their choppers.
A lot of my chopper riding friends said that Christine only agreed to marry me for my chopper.
Steve Cranley's brother was the stuff of chopper legend back home in Dublin.
He was always a bit wild. I was way more reserved, but he was always a bit wild. Here's a picture of my brother in 1987 doing mad things on a chopper. And funny enough, he's never had kids.
Chopper Dave went even further.
My name is Chopper Dave. Back in 2015, I took on the world's biggest cycling event, which is the Tour de France, on my rusty rally chopper. A completely bonkers idea. Take on the Alps, the Pyrenees, and do what the professionals do, but on my authentic rally chopper bike.
And if anyone should know the credentials of this vehicle, it's David Croft.
Sky's chief Formula One commentator.
As a young kid pedalling around the streets of Stevenage, there was no other form of transport. What other bike could get your mates on the back and the records that you bought from this record shop downtown? What other bike could you injure yourself severely on the gear stick that was somehow put right at the front where you could do that? But what other bike looked as good as the Chopper? Totally impractical, absolutely beautiful. Bring them back.
Well, your wish is Rally's command. This limited edition new model goes on sale today. Bit pricey, mind. Grown men all over Britain and beyond are getting very excited. Jane McCubbin, BBC News.
Oh, this has proved popular already.
You're going mad for this. You've been sending us pictures of you with your rally choppers, and here are a couple of them for starters. Look, this is Kevin Bayliss with his brother back in the 80s. Kevin says he broke his arm on his chopper trying to do a jump on a ramp.
And this is Richard in 1977 after he won the South Molton Cycling Proficiency Award on a chopper.
How did he get on that? You did a step ladder.
The bike is enormous.
They're great pictures. We've got some rather special props with us in the studio, haven't we?
Yeah. One of the most famous bicycles in history is being relaunched for a new generation of fans. So we're going to pedal back in time to take a look at how the classic rally chopper became so popular.
And you've been sending us some great pictures of you with your chopper bikes over the years. Should we show some now?
Yes.
This is Steve Bottomley. That's brilliant. Look at the flares as well. Steve and his mum having a backie on the chopper. They hired it at a caravan park in Filey. Purple was in fashion that year.
Yes, it really was. We have a whole family of chopper fans coming up with Grandad Roy, son and grandchildren Corey and Ruben. Roy got a Mark I chopper for his 12th birthday in 1970.
That's a cool collection, isn't it? And here is Tony Higgins. Back in 1972, one day I'll be able to sit on it. Tony said he was the first kid on the estate with a chopper, and his dad told him he'd eventually be able to fit it. We hope he could.
I bet that took years. Finally, here's Tim Weller with his friend Peter in Somerset. Looks like Tim might be another person. What was it? Was it that they were so expensive you had to buy an adult one?
Yeah, exactly.
So it lasted you for your life?
Room for growth. Yes, time to go. Tim Weller looking like Paul Weller there, isn't he? Lovely pictures. We'll try to use some more of those. We asked our viewers to send in their pictures of their chopper bikes this morning. We've got some lovely ones, haven't we?
We've had some great ones. Let's go to... This is Don. This is Don, taken in the 1970s in Bolton. As you can see, someone else very interested in that bike.
That's like a ranking picture in its own right, that one, isn't it? This is from Justin Smith from Huncote in Lancashire. Still got it, Justin. His partner says he's been reliving his childhood on his choppers.
Pete's been in touch with one from the early 1970s, complete with handlebar tassels. He says he rode this bike until the frame broke, but says he didn't often ride it down the slide at the local park. So it might have been his... He did, ride it down the slide at the local park. It might have been his own fault. I mean, that takes a lot of work to destroy a bike that chunky.
Yeah, and finally, after all those years, he's admitted it to us this morning. And here's Adam Cronin on his chopper in the 1980s. Cool. That's I'm not letting my brother sit on this, isn't it? Oh, actually, it's his cousin, Philip. Lovely stuff. Have you noticed something?
What?
Every single picture this morning from a bloke.
I have.
Are these blokey things, Lee?
I think they're true to the word to anybody. So I think whether you're a man or whether you're a female, I think you just love the design of it. So I think everybody's got a story, and that's kind of why we brought this to life.